Hi there! Today I'm going to be showing you a recipe that I usually do for stuffed baked potatoes, because stuffed jacket potatoes are my absolute favorite thing to make as a side dish that goes with any dinner dish that you have, really. I'm just going to use any ingredient that I have in the fridge or the pantry, so you can do that as well without actually running out to the store to get those ingredients. So let's get right to it. So, as you can see here, I've got my baked potatoes. Now, I'm actually going to oil them, but before smothering them with oil, I'm going to actually pierce them first. I've actually done them for the first 3 potatoes. Just gonna show you what I do. So that's how you do it. Now, basically, you have to pierce or poke the potatoes to release the steam or the moisture from the potatoes, because the potatoes have a lot of water. So if you bake them as they are without piercing, they can explode. You can actually pierce them with a toothpick as well, if you prefer. But yeah, that might be slower. This is actually a lot quicker. That's it. Okay, now we're done. It's a little bit wet, so I'm just going to wipe that off. Now we're just going to drizzle some olive oil over them. Hang on. Yeah, just gently. And I'm just going to spread the oil all over. Make sure it's well coated. And then we're also going to sprinkle some salt gently over it. Just a little bit will do. This is just to season the potatoes. We don't want it too salty though, because we'll be stuffing them with other ingredients later on. And now we're going to pop them into the oven, which has already been preheated to about 175 degrees for about 40 minutes. Now for the stuffing, I'm going to be using some spring onions because I've got them in my garden, which is really nice. But of course, if you don't have spring onions, you can also use shallots or garlic, or basically, like I said, anything that you can grab from your pantry or your refrigerator. And I've also found out that I've got some smoked chicken, which I'll be using for my stuffing too. And let's have a look. I've got some bacon as well, so I'm going to be using this too. And some leftover onions that I've got in the fridge. And last but not least, you gotta have some cheese in your stuffing. And the potatoes are now cooked, as you can see, and we're gonna take them out of the oven now. There we go. I've just pierced it with a fork, and I can tell that it's soft and tender enough on the inside. So it's still a bit too hot to handle, so we're just gonna leave it to cool for about 15 to 20 minutes before handling it. Meanwhile, let's get the other ingredients for the stuffing ready. So I've got this smoked chicken sliced already, ready to go. I'm just gonna put that in this bowl. And we've got these spring onions which I've chopped up as well. Just gonna mix it in with the smoked chicken. And we're just gonna chop up this onion here. Mix that in. Some of the potatoes have cooled down reasonably now. We're going to slice them in half lengthways and then scoop out the soft potato flesh inside. There we go. Looks quite good. It's pretty soft and tender. Right, so we're just gonna grab a spoon to scoop out this flesh. Oh, it's coming off pretty easily. And then we're just gonna put that all in here together with the other stuffing ingredients. And we'll mash that all up. And so we've got all the flesh removed from the potato skins already. Actually, I realized that I had too much potato flesh actually, so I actually separated some of them and just put them separately in another bowl, which I could think about using on another day. Maybe do mashed potatoes or something. So this is all the stuffing here that we've got. So we're just gonna mash it all up, mix it really well together. Just gonna add, season it with a little bit of salt, not too much because the smoked chicken is already salty enough. And add a bit of black pepper. I'm also frying some bacon to add them as a final topping on the stuffed potatoes so that they'll add that nice crunch on top. Alright, so I finished mixing this stuffing here. I'm just going to spoon it back into the potato jacket. Like this. Just wondering if it's got enough filling now. So looks like we should enough. We shall see. If not, I'll just add more of the potato that I sort of removed from here originally. Let's see if we can try to fill up these potatoes. for the rest of the other potatoes if we still have just a bit of leftover left. Just only have a tiny bit left. We could just try to stuff the rest of the potatoes with these. Looks like we did well. It kind of fill up every single potato jacket in the end. Now we just sprinkle some cheese on top of the potatoes so that they can kind of meld the ingredients together. Go. And there we go. That's done now, and this will go straight into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes on high heat at around 200 degrees Celsius. And there you have it, piping hot stuffed jacket potatoes, and topped with that crunchy bacon bits on top. If you like this recipe, please like and subscribe. Enjoy!